Hello, this is Bengali H, here with a new tool for you called Doppleganger. Doppleganger is a tool to help overcome some of the limitations we have with sending email on Windows mobile devices. Let me go ahead and start by opening up my messaging application. And you'll see that in my messaging application I have an account set up for my Winmo experts. It's an IMAP account, and I've got an address associated with that called bengalih@winmoexperts.com. Now, this is an account that is stored on an Exchange server that is hosting the winmoexperts.com domain. Now, the problem is that I can set up my account here, bengalih@winmoexperts.com, but what if my account also has more than one email address associated with it? So, for instance, the administrator on my server or through an administration interface that the user may have access to, they've gone ahead and assigned multiple email accounts. Let's say I also have a support@winmoexperts.com. Well, traditionally, if I wanted to be able to access mail from both of those or send mail from both of those accounts, I would need to create multiple accounts here within messaging to be able to send from either Bengali H or Winmo Experts. That means you have to maintain two accounts and you have to have double the email downloaded. Well, what Doppleganger will allow us to do is keep this one account in messaging and be able to send from both bengalih@winmoexperts.com and support@winmoexperts.com, or any number of email addresses that you want to send from. So let's go ahead and start with this. We'll go ahead and just start a new mail, say menu, new, and we're going to send this to support@winmoexperts.com. And even though I sent it to support, remember support is also associated with my account. So I received this mail. Okay, we see that it is from Bengali H to support. Well, now let's say this was an email, let's say from a customer, and I want to reply to them, but I want to reply to them using the support address. Well, we see if we just do menu new in messaging, that it's going to come from my Bengali H account and that there's no possible way to change this. That's where Doppleganger comes in. So I have mapped Doppleganger to my messaging hardware button. I'm going to press that here and choose the email account that I want to send with, which is my Winmo email. And then I'm going to choose which account we want to send with. We want to send with the support account this time. So it takes a second or two for it to reconfigure with the proper account, and it now brings up a new email, and we see this email is going to come now from support@winmoexperts.com. So we'll send this back to the originator, bengalih@winmoexperts.com, to Bengali H. And now we see this one came from support to Bengali H. So using the same IMAP account, I was able to toggle between various sending email addresses so that I appear with a different name, display name, in this case support or Bengali H, and a different reply email address to the user that I'm sending to. Now, unfortunately, this will only work with POP and IMAP accounts. There are limitations both within the Windows mobile messaging client and limitations on an Exchange server, which limit this from working with an active sync account. Now, if you do have an Exchange account and you want to be able to send from multiple addresses, what you'll need to do is set up IMAP access to that account like I have done here, rather than using the standard active sync account. And that might require you or your administrator allowing IMAP access into your server or POP access into your server. And it will also require you to set up the POP or IMAP account here on your Windows mobile device. Now, the drawback of that is there is no push with IMAP and POP accounts. However, you can set them to send and receive every 5 minutes. or even shorter intervals. So it is very much the functionality is still there for you. Now I'll also show you here real briefly what the any account looks like that you need to configure for Doppleganger. When Doppleganger installs, it installs underneath Program Files Bengali H Doppleganger, and within it is a Doppleganger ini file that you need to set up. The account name, which is case sensitive, has to match the account that shows within your Windows Mobile client. The GUID is explained more in the Doppleganger documentation. The easiest way to find out your GUID is to actually create the account initially with my Makisu application. Please read the documentation for more information on figuring out what the GUID for the account is. And then we have a line per email address that you want to support under that account. So you see here are the two email addresses that I was sending from, the Bengali H and support@winmoexperts.com. And in this example, I have two accounts, my Winmo email and my example account. Now my example account is not actually set up on my Windows Mobile device, but it is set up within Doppleganger, which is why you see when I launch Doppleganger, we have the option of choosing the Winmo email or the example account. And if I choose the example account, you will see the multiple aliases that I have configured. If you only have one email address configured in the ini file, then when you run Doppleganger, it will not present you this screen. It will simply go to the email account that you have configured, since there is only one. So that is the Doppleganger tool. I hope that many of you will find it useful who've struggled with the ability to send email from multiple accounts. And enjoy.